I love routine and rhythm, but sometimes spending time with God throughout your day can seem like a task to accomplish or a box that you just have to check. This year, I am mixing up the things that I'm doing to focus on God, and I would love to let you know about what I've got going on. My hope is that you might be encouraged in your discipleship to Jesus, and that by me sharing about what I'm doing to spend time with God throughout the day, it might inspire you or give you some ideas of how you can spend time with God throughout your day. If you have things that you are doing that help you spend time with God, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. So why change anything? My time spent in prayer, reading, and reflection has been pretty consistent over the last few years, and I'm so grateful for the habit in my life. But it was feeling like it was time to take a look at it and maybe just tweak it just ever so slightly. I've had a good morning and evening routine, but the midday devotional that I was using, I wasn't really enjoying it anymore or finding it that it actually helped that much. So in 2026, I decided I would find something new for the midday, adjust the morning so that I can read the same thing as my wife Nicole, and leave the evening time mostly the same as it has been. And after talking through each part of the day and how I set aside a bit of time to spend with God, I'll let you know about a few things that I want to be more consistent with that I'm still working on finding the right time and frequency for. Like the day, we'll start in the morning. Most days I start the day with a walk. 2 days a week actually play basketball with a group of mostly middle-aged dudes. And on my morning walks, I start with 5 or so minutes of silence and prayer, followed by listening to the morning devotional from Lectio 365. Then I listen to either the Pour Over, which is like a 10-minute news podcast offering a Christian perspective that I enjoy, or a chapter from a fiction book. Currently, The Chronicles of Narnia. I just finished The Silver Chair. And then I'll spend the last 10 minutes or so on that walk in silence and prayer again. And what I've added to my morning time is reading from New Morning Mercies, a devotional by Paul David Tripp. It's one that my wife and I are reading together this year. I have a physical copy that lives near a recliner. I actually also bought it on Kindle along with the book that I read in the midday, so that I can keep up with these readings even if I'm not near the book. Speaking of midday, my midday time is simple and often short. I'll read the daily passage from the Psalms of Jesus by Timothy and Kathleen Keller. This is a devotional that will read through the Psalms during the year with a devotional thought and a prayer. And some days I'm able to take time for a walk on my lunch break. I also enjoy these times often in silence and prayer, sometimes listening to more Narnia. I just wanted to make sure that I was doing something to refocus on the Lord in the middle of the day, even when I only have a few minutes. In the evening, there is a bit of a gap between what I'm currently doing and what I want to be doing. What I'm currently doing is listening to the evening devotional from Lectio 365 with Nicole, and taking a couple minutes to journal some things that I'm grateful for. I would love to journal more regularly, but I don't currently. Some nights I'll also listen to Johnny Cash read the New Testament on Audible, which is wonderful, but this is inconsistent. I also used to regularly spend 5 to 10 minutes memorizing scripture, which I think is very valuable, but I haven't been able to be consistent with lately. I think part of my problem is that if I'm not trying to do it every day, I can just forget that I want to do it at all. Another thing that I want to do once or twice a week is sitting and reading scripture with my eyes. I read with my ears quite a bit for 20 to 30 minutes, but it seems more difficult for me to keep up with weekly things that don't have a clearly scheduled time. Just doing it a couple times a week doesn't really work for my brain. So that's what I'm doing or trying to do this year to spend time with God throughout my day. I've also tried to make sure that I have my field notes book and a pen with me when I'm reading the devotionals or when I'm out on my walk. That way I can write down something that sticks out to me in the readings or something that I feel like the Lord brings to my mind. This gives me a chance to look back at that throughout my days, throughout my week, to remember what the Lord was speaking to me. I'd love to hear about how you're spending time with God intentionally throughout your day. You can leave me a comment below. My name is Wayne Reyes. The channel is about life, faith, and gaming, and we'll see you later, alligator.